Alright, so I did a little research, I did a little playing on the PS3 version. This game, as I mentioned, came out for all sorts of different systems, which I own 3 versions of. The PS4, the PS3, and the Ouya version, which may or may not have come to the Razer Forge Cortex store at this point. But I do actually own this on Ouya, which is how I first found it, because, you know, Ouya, everything is free, and it looked interesting for an Ouya game. I mean, I really liked the Ouya. I really wish it had succeeded, but, you know, nothing I can do about that. So, this game apparently also came to Xbox. Its original release was actually Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, depending on what your home municipality is, with an optional Sega CD / Mega CD version with improved music. So when they did the sprite work that were literally working within the original Sega limitations here. I did try this out on PS3, as I said. I did try it out with the on my CRT TV, which is next to the one that I'm using. And I don't know if it's just my CRT or what, but it really does need the linear filter that it has on there to reduce flicker and make it more viewable. So I don't know if that's just because of the colors used or because that TV is getting a little old. I still love it to death. I actually still have it hooked up because it's like, you know, now that I've got it hooked up, I may as well play my PS1 games that way, you know? So, I mean, nothing like a good CRT TV. Nice large screen, great unit to play my old retro games on. As for this, I did do a little research and a little playing around. And, so yeah. It really, you know, on the CRT TV, things get even more lost than they do on here. I was hoping to prove myself wrong on that, and it's just one of those kinds of things where you're going to be able to see at least one of the party members no matter where you go, and you just kind of get used to it. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just switch it back to all of the... You notice that I actually turned down the volume on these 2 items here because I wanted to turn my volume back up on my screen. PlayStation 3D display, if you're interested in how that works and all of that other good stuff, I do have a review of that. Oof. So, as of right now, I kind of prefer it this way here. So, I also discovered a few interesting items. You can't actually continue the story unless if you go and open those just to get the bow and the dagger, which is kind of a pain in the rump, but what you're gonna do. So, I also did look up a little bit of a guide, and it said that essentially you might want to hold off on getting new equipment for your male characters, but bows are always safe to buy. So, kind of strange that there's no bow buying in the, no bow drops or anything in the entire game, but we'll run with it. So, let's see here. Couple of orders of business, actually. Now that I have all 3 of my party members and them equipped, we should be able to go in here. Wow, grammar. For anybody who's interested in what these people are saying, you can just kind of pause, because I'm not gonna sit here for reading speed. Honestly, with it being kind of 7 o'clock, you'll probably have more time to read than others, because I'm getting a little tired here, but it's okay. Yay! Alrighty. So, few notes. The inn is free in this town, and apparently it only costs 10 gold for the entire rest of the game, no matter where else you go. So that's kind of cool. Oh, I also learned about this. You know how I was, like, looking around for buttons and that kind of stuff? Well, apparently I never thought to check the shoulder buttons again once I got that robot, whatever its name was. This really does make getting around very easy. So what you actually see is the radar. You can switch between the radar and the map. The map just shows the map. The radar actually adds a radar to show you more or less where items are and how many items are in the immediate area. Which is not a bad feature in my opinion. Okay, so what we're actually gonna do... I'm kind of glad I only bought one feather because the guide said that there would be another one in the Red Jet Forest here. So... We're gonna find it. And you can see we get this wonderful annoying beep here to tell us when there are items nearby. The question is where? Okay, so here's one. Hey, gold coins. Alrighty, so we're gonna manual. We're gonna have him power slash this amoeba here. We're gonna have her do her aqua arrow to that guy, and we're just gonna have Ed, whatever his name is, defend. We're gonna defend. We're gonna attack. And we're gonna defend. Where is it? Woohoo! Wait, we can actually do magic. That's right. We're gonna avocado blast that dude, just for the heck of it. We can do a heal on her, but we're not going to. We're gonna aqua arrow that dude. These guys are apparently called Medusas. Oh, bless me. And with this guy, we're gonna... Oh, by the way, yeah, he does have that fireball spell. But we're just gonna have him fire stab the amoeba here. So apparently Avocado Blast is actually an earth spell. Everybody has their own little elements that they have. Hostin's is earth, Alina's is water, and Edisol's is Ediso. Wow, I was close. Ediso's is fire. Where's just... Okay. You know what? We're gonna do things this way. We are going to gather. We are going to attack that dude. And then we're going to cast the spell, which I guess we can't actually do because he's gathering. Okay. You can actually pass gather around over the course of a turn. It's pretty neat, actually, as a system. Or so it has been said in the guide that I found. That was dumb. Well, at least he was that smart. I do apologize if you were getting annoyed with the, beeping from the radar. Ooh! This is an interesting little setup, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna gather here. Gather now. We're gonna attack with Aqua Arrow. And we are going to attack with Fire Staff here. That divided by 2 you saw is actually because most enemies actually have an element of their own, and most enemies in this forest in particular are actually Earth Elemental. Even though these guys are flying, they are still Earth. He literally is taking half damage from all of their attacks. So, what we're gonna do, we have no other recourse but to gather. And we can gather with her too, because why not? And we're going to use our wonderful fireball spell. Okay, so it's not there. Hey, what do you know? Insect. Amoeba. That is the worst spelling of amoeba I have ever seen, and that's not even the British spelling of amoeba. There was an extra A in that. Ouchies. Could it be that that little yellow thing is showing me where the next chest is? In which case, I seem to have passed it up. Oh, there we are. Hidden behind the plant, you cheeky... Alrighty, there's our other feather. We're gonna equip that. Wow, that was smart of me. Also, this finally makes sense after I visited their site. This cartridge is... They have two games that are, I guess, still in development, maybe? One is called Project Y, one is called Project N. Project Y is a futuristic cyberpunk thing, Project N is more of a fantasy thing, but I forget what kind. I actually still have my laptop open so we can actually look at this. Let's see here. Wow, so Project N seems to be a fantasy thing from the logo, but it only says for the SNES and Super Famicom. So these guys actually do make their own boards and hardware. It's great. And this, I feel like I'm shouting over the music again here. Let's just... turn this down just a little bit more here. There we go. There we go. Now I don't feel like I have to shout so loud. Alrighty. So we do have this wonderful gate here, and I wonder what that's all about. Oh, son of a biscuit. Alrighty, we are going to attack with Power Slash, take out this amoeba. We're going to attack with Aqua Arrow, take out this smaller Medusa, baby Medusa I guess it's called. That's cool. We're going to Fire Stab this other amoeba. And we're just going to pile onto this insect here, which is much more clearly an arachnid, because it does not have a separate head from its thorax, and it has 8 legs. This is a very important difference. Insects and arachnids are completely different, and I just left by accident. That's literally all there is to this, I guess. Wow, I just might have to call it a night soonish. Because I am clearly winning at this. Alright, we are going to use our much cheaper spell. Actually, it's not necessarily cheaper. Holy crud, Ediso is really low on MP. Which is kind of strange considering that he is obviously going to be the party mage. cast avocado blast on you. We're gonna use our wonderful little aqua arrow on you. And we're going to fire stab you. Alrighty. And we can just defend, attack, and we'll defend. I feel like there should be more to this. I mean, this is literally where we're supposed to be going next, don't get me wrong, it's just... I also read a guide that this minigame, for lack of a better term, that we played here was actually not in the Genesis version. Somebody says something to this owner guy here and gets him all offended, so it's just literally a joke. Which is clearly not the case because I demonstrated that it is very possible in my last video. Granted, I still don't know how it works, so I'm not going to keep on doing it, but... We're just going to go back to Regia here, and probably use the int and save, and I'll probably quit out, because... I can tell that I'm not at the top of my game right now, which is not so important with a RPG like this, but this is the library. But I gotta do me sometimes too, you know? Take care of myself here. So a neat trick, if you actually walk into an NPC when they move forward, you can pass straight through them. Otherwise, you gotta kind of just wait until they keep on going. You know, it always bothered me when people have to stay in an inn in there instead of just sleeping in their own bed. But then you kind of realize there are only 2 beds in the main character's house here, in Hostin's house. And, he obviously does not have one to himself, because there was certainly, the one that his dad is sleeping in certainly isn't fitting both him and his wife. Let's put it that way. They'd have to get real cozy there. So, anyway, that's just one of my JRPG hang-ups. Just like, hey, everybody, I'm home! Great, the inn is that way. You're a hero now, you ain't got no right to sleep in my house, boy. So... Which is actually what is kind of nice about Pokemon, is that your mom's house actually serves as like the Poke Center. You could kind of rest there. Which I thought was kind of neat, if a little bit strange, when I first played Red and Blue. But wasn't complaining because it's free as ever. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short here. because I feel like I'm just not going to be very good. I'm going to be like really quiet and it's going to just be boring again. But thank you all for watching, assuming anybody ever sees this. So, have a good night.